Hi guys, welcome back to Pierre Hache Music. Today I'm filming my first ever ukulele method review. So I might do more of these in the future. Let me know if you like it. Be sure to comment down below, like the video if you get value out of this. I'm going to be reviewing the Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1. This will be a bit of a longer video. I'm going to go into about 10 pros and I think 7 cons about the Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1. I've used this book with lots of students. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Pierre Hache. I'm a music teacher and author. I've written 4 books now that are available on Amazon: Easy Ukulele, Easy Guitar, The Fun Drum Book for Kids, and my most recent publication, MUSE, a dream-filled interactive musical adventure. If you're curious about those, check them out in the links below, and you can also check out the Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's dive into the review of this book. So the first big pro of this ukulele method, let's not cut corners here. It's cheap. It's a low price. The Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1 is available for only $9 in Canada right now, and I think $7 or so in the US. That's ridiculous. So you are getting a lot of bang for your buck. It's 48 pages long. There's a lot of content in here, and so for a beginner ukulele player, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this book. The Hal Leonard Ukulele Method has a very gradual, beginner-friendly approach. It starts pretty easy. You're playing simple single note exercises, plucking one string at a time and practicing the basic notes on the ukulele. And it's very easy because the notes are also tabbed out. There's a number telling you which fret to press, and often even the note is written above what it's called. So they give you a lot of information that makes it very easy to read and follow right from the start. This method is great for playing melodies. So the emphasis is on playing single note exercises for the whole first half of the book. And this is good for kids especially because it can be hard to switch chords and placing 2 or 3 fingers at a time. This allows them to focus on playing one note at a time and playing familiar songs. It's a really good entry point for ages 5 to 10, and for a beginner that's an adult, but especially for kids, I find, especially again, the first half of the book is really good for starting out. It has lots of familiar songs, so right from the beginning you're playing things like Frère Jacques, Are You Sleeping?, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Ode to Joy, the Beethoven classic, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So these melodies are nice because one already knows them by ear, and it's fun and familiar to be able to learn them on a stringed instrument like this and play them. I have a few favorite songs in here, including Aurelie, Amazing Grace, Scarborough Fair, and there's a little blues progression I really like. It's number 70 in here. I'm going to play a couple of these for you, just little excerpts, and you can get a sense of some of the a little more advanced content in this book. Or you can strum the chords and sing it. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Sing parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Another thing I like about the Hal Leonard Ukulele Method Book 1 is the chords are often introduced in groups by key. So you'll have 3 chords in the key of C, 3 chords in the key of F. Grouping them like this is very practical because often these chords are found together. So it's nice to learn them in a group like this and then apply them in common progressions. There's also a great section on rests, so practicing counting rhythm and pauses in the music. And I find this is really good to introduce to kids early on, puts an emphasis on rhythm, and reading rests, incorporating rests in your playing is very important, especially for beginners to understand and apply. Lastly, there's a section in 3/4, which I find great. I'm also a drummer, and all these rhythmic details I find are really good to introduce to young kids. The 3/4 section has some waltz progressions, Amazing Grace, and other songs that are in 3/4, and I think it's really good to get used to the sound of 3/4, which means 3 beats per measure instead of the more common 4. And it's a little less common, but really good to get familiar with it and play these songs in 3. So although this is a great book, and I would highly recommend it for ukulele beginners or kids, there are a few cons, a few things that I think could be improved. One thing that bugs me a bit about the book is there's too much tablature, too much tab. So always having the numbers below the staff telling you what fret to press for the notes, I find gets in the way of really learning the notes and knowing them by heart. So simply seeing the notes in the staff and seeing C, D, E, F and being able to play that without having the numbers 0 to underneath that tell you what fret to press. So I find that becomes a bit of a crutch. And with young students, what I'll often do is actually block the tabs and kind of test them to see if they know the notes without reading the numbers. There's also no video or audio to support the content in the book. So certain exercises are a little more vague, or you don't know exactly what it's supposed to sound like. It's pretty well explained all in all, but it's nice to have some video or audio to support the content, especially when we're dealing with, musical stuff like this. There's also a lack of modern music. Some of the stuff sounds a little more old-timey, honky-tonk, kind of simple sounding. It's more folk and traditional. It goes with the aesthetic, but it's nice to add some modern, familiar music for kids and adults. Certain chords in the book are taught with harder barred voicings. So for example, you'll learn a D7 as a bar, but it can also be played more easily as an open voicing. I'll link to some videos in the description that go into detail about different ways of playing the chords that are taught in here. And it's nice to have some other easier options. Lastly, there's a finger-thumb strum method that is taught in here that just doesn't work for me. It might be that I'm not used to it. I much prefer just using my index or just my thumb or a pick when it comes to strumming. Combining the two, though it may be a little more traditional for the ukulele, doesn't work for me. I find it a little awkward and clunky to use. And so I prefer using just one sound source, an index, thumb, or pick to strum the rhythms. And it works great even for that finger-thumb section in this book. So it should be said that I wrote my ukulele method, Easy Ukulele, kind of in conjunction with using this with young students. So the Hal Leonard method was perfect with little kids, but Easy Ukulele is actually a really nice complement to the book, and in it you'll find more modern music and strumming patterns that are not in here. There's very little overlap in the songs found in the Hal Leonard, got some glare here, the Hal Leonard method and Easy Ukulele. So that's another plus if you're interested in beginning the ukulele and wondering what books to get. Well, actually, I really recommend getting both. Easy Ukulele is more of a strum-and-sing approach, and it has some of the same songs as Hal Leonard, but these are sometimes in a different key, or you'll play the melody and not so much strumming and singing the melodies. Another difference is that the Hal Leonard method is all black and white in the interior, whereas Easy Ukulele has full color images, titles, chord diagrams, etc. So it's a little more eye-catching on the inside. Like I said, I wrote Easy Ukulele while using Hal Leonard, so I really made sure some of the content was different and it had a different, fresh approach. There's some modern songs in this one, from Beatles to Bob Marley, Jason Mraz, for example. There's Riptide, some well-known pop songs, and there's also some easy strum-and-sing children's music to get you started. So please check either one out in the links below. Like I said, they complement each other really well. The Hal Leonard book is an excellent method for starting ukulele, and I hope you grab a copy. Thanks so much for listening. This was my first ever review. I'll do more of these and probably get a little better at it as time goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.